What is up, guys? Symbiator here. Today I'm going to be discussing all those knobs and switches you saw below the instrument panel. If you haven't seen the other videos that I made about all the instruments, go and check them out. It'll help you understand what this subject is more about. So if you haven't seen them, go and see them. Leave a like and subscribe if you want to see more. And I recommend you something. Check out a channel also called AskCaptainScott.com. He's an amazing man. So check him out as well. Just letting you know. So let's hop on into our Cessna. Turn off the aircraft. I'll see you in just a second, guys. I need to close my door. I am back, so let's go ahead and close the ATC window. Okay, today we're going to be discussing all of the switches and knobs and buttons and what do they do. Next episode will be about the communications, so stay tuned. The magnetos, this is kind of like the starting of the plane. You can, like, that's what starts the airplane. You put this on start. Let me just demonstrate. Put the mixture rich, which I'll explain later. Oh wait. And there's the start. If we put it on off, the engine will shut off. Okay. So, as I said, this starts the aircraft. You put it on start, put the mixture and the fuel shut off, which I'll explain later. The master switch, where it says alt battery, it means alternate battery. What this does is we turn it off. The airplane has no power. If we turn it on, the airplane does have power. The radios work with the avionics, which I'll explain soon. The circuit breakers, if one of them pops out and you can't manage to get it the same one that popped up back in, that means the circuit breaker is not working. Down here are all these switches. These are the lights, and here's the pitot heat and the fuel pump. This are the lights. Turn them all on. And you can see that all the lights are turned on. Hold on, let me plug in my controller, my joystick. Okay, we're set. Okay, so now head on back in a second. See, all the lights are on. What just happened there? Some weird something. Okay, back into the cockpit. Pitot heat is for flying in winter conditions, in icy conditions. What it does, it heats up this little tube in the wing. I'll show it to you guys. This little tube is called a pitot tube, as I said, and what it does is that it gives this airspeed indicator the correct and accurate reading of how fast the airplane is going. That's what the pitot tube does. If no air is passing through it, then your airspeed indicator will not give accurate information about your speed. But that's just for icy conditions. So, fuel pump. That noise is that the tanks are pumping fuel towards the engine. This switch right here called fuel pump, that's pumping fuel to the engine. Avionics, nothing big to it. Turns on the radios and also calibrates this IFR instruments, which stands for Instrumental Flight Rules, which is that, as I said in a previous video, that it means instrumental flight rules, which the tower will give you instructions like turn left heading, whatever. Okay. Okay. So these are the panel lights, which is just lights. You turn at night, you can see the panel light up, but since it's daytime, when alternate static source, I have no idea what that does. I can look it up for you and I can point it out in another video. The throttle, that controls the speed of the aircraft. It's kind of like the accelerator of the aircraft. Oh, by the way, I'll put a link to Captain Scott, to Ask Captain Scott's channel in the description. Make sure to check him out. The mixture, what this does, it controls how much fuel is entering to the engine. That's basically it. The flaps are this part of the wing that folds down. You'll see in just a second. This is the flap switch. See, it says flap switch 10 degrees, and you can see that this tab and this one as well, lowered down, it reaches 30 degrees. Look, this is its maximum point. What it does is, on landing, it helps you slow the aircraft down. And what it does is creates drag, which is one of the 4 forces of the airplane, which make an airplane be able to fly, which I'll explain in a future video. Trim tab, hold on. Trim tab is this. You always, for takeoff, you want that little stripe, this little stripe on this arrow right here, which is trim set for takeoff. Trim, what it does, it releases pressure from the controls, and it also helps you control the airplane flight. For an example, if there's a strong headwind, which is wind blowing really, really hard in front of you, and you want to keep the airplane level, that headwind is going to want you to make you pull the nose down, pull the wheel down, and it is not super easy. So with the trim tab, it's really easy to do it. The trim tab is this. Do you see this tab right here near the aileron? The separate tab, that's the trim. And now the fuel shut off. This controls if any fuel at all will enter the engine. If it's pulled off, if it's pulled out, well, that means there's absolutely no fuel gonna be entering the engine. If you push it in, that means you put the fuel pump, and that will let the engines pump fuel, the tanks pump fuel to the engines. Fuel selector, nothing too complicated to it. If you put it on right, what this does is that it chooses from what tank do you want to burn fuel from, which is here in the fuel quantity indicator, which I explained in a previous video. If you put it on left, it's going to burn fuel from the left tank. If you put it on both, it's going to burn out both engines. So that is about it for today, guys. Leave a like, check out Captain Scott's channel. He is a very good pilot. I recommend it to you. Leave a like and subscribe, and I'll see you guys in another video.